James having salad and cantaloupe. I'm going to talk about Peter Palmieri. Well, James is actually. He's going to give his review. Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. And James is going to review a book that he's been reading. So that should be fun. But I'm just tired. I've basically been a zombie all day, and I'm perfectly fine with that. So I'll leave this for you to talk about, and I'll talk about this first. It's definitely bottom of the stack. I would say bottom of almost any stack. It was really bad. It was really long. Let's see if I can find a time. 148 minutes. And why? It's a Mad Max movie. Who cares?
I don't think they were worth doing the first time.
No.
Even with that stupid Mel Gibson, that some stupid women were kind of really going gag over.
But there's sort of an idea here and in this, and I suppose you have the same sort of idea, like both this and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, or whatever they were, on the Blockbuster stack at the library at the same time. And there's this whole post-apocalyptic theme going on, right, with the both of them. And yet there's some hope. There's like, oh, there's this area where fruit is growing in this one, and there's people that seem more civilized or whatever.
Is that still set in Australia, or have they moved it also?
Well, you mean filmed? I don't know where it's supposed to be set.
Well, I kind of meant, did they have Australian accents? Of course, I don't know if they did in Road Warrior, because who was in that? Tina Turner?
Yeah, Tina Turner was.
I doubt if they had her trying to do an Australian accent.
Anyway, I've never bought these little laughing cow cheese before.
Had you ever seen them before?
Yeah, I saw them.
Oh, yeah.
But
they've got very
they're really
attractive
cute.
packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the packaging is excellent, but normally I'm not sold on packaging because I feel so guilty about, all of this stuff to throw out, right? But each little cheese wrapped up like that seems like a gift. It's wonderful for a treat, really, because how much cheese should you really be eating anyway? And so you may as well make it a gift. And
so it does, these do come with a little bit of taste added. The garlic, and what's the other thing?
well, this one is smoked.
This is the smoked one. I took the garlic.
I didn't know they had
Garlic
different
and something
flavors.
else.
They were on sale at Superstore for $1.99 a package, and there's, I suppose there's 8 little wedges in there, right? Yeah, 8.
I believe so.
So, for that price, and so I thought, why not for a treat? So
Yeah.
I told James to. Last night I said, which one would you like? And he picked the herb and garlic, because I didn't know which ones to pick. There were other flavors there.
I've tasted so many things that have been smoked that have been bad. I don't necessarily associate it with good taste.
Good things. Oh, so I shouldn't have got you the smoked. I should have
Oh,
grabbed you different.
I'm sure it'll be plenty fine. I used to like smoked almonds,
I love smoked almonds.
but you know how they put that weird barbecue taste in things. I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
it's good stuff. I used to have not very much money back when I was like a student and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
This is before I got my job with the city at age 20, but I was going to university. I was trying to make it basically one summer work for 2
Semesters.
2 semesters. One summer, 72, I did a little bit of hoeing beets, and boy, oh boy, was the paid hoe. Anyway, it's every so occasionally we had an actual delicatessen, delicate eating in German, in Lethbridge, and I'd go in there and buy these little pie-shaped things of cheeses. what I liked was they had an assortment package, right? So there'd be caraway and all this sort of stuff in it. Each one was different. I really liked it, but it was very rarely that I bought it because I didn't have much money.
Well, there's nothing to say about this one. It's just bad.
Like,
The
don't
idea is
try
bad.
this at home.
Like, why the world's come to an end and people are driving around vehicles? That's
in
what-
vehicles, right?
Like-
Like, where are they getting the oil from? It's stupid. That's one of the first things that's going to go, folks. So don't think that you're going to be driving around in motorbikes and getting, like plundering other people and things like that. You don't have to go back to camels or whatever. Or
Horses.
No, they were. Or in the case of people like the Vikings, you have to go back to the boats. For mobility, oh, this is a preview here. Banff, Jasper, and Glacier National Parks. They are all national parks.
Yeah, which apparently we're not going to go visit anymore. Well, we're not going to visit
Banff.
Banff and... Well, we'll visit
I don't know about
Jasper.
Jasper.
I don't know if Jasper they've done this thing.
But
But yeah, we were talking to a woman we've been seeing more and more people from Calgary.
And now I'm
Waterton.
understanding.
And now I'm
yeah.
seeing why, because we were talking to a woman from Calgary, and we were on waiting for to buy the tickets for the Crook Lake shuttle, and anyway, she was telling us about how it's changed so much. You have to book. Like you can park in the parking lot. It costs you, for going to Banff, it costs you $40 for the day, and then you have to take a shuttle, and the shuttle's not very expensive. She said it's like $10 or something to go in, but you have to take the shuttle in, and then different places, like say if you go to if you want to go to Moraine Lake, you have to book it way in advance, and it's $100 just to go.
For the shuttle or bus.
Whatever, because you can't, nobody can go there you can't just go there anymore.
That's in big trouble with Banff. It's too accessible.
Mm-hmm.
International airport, but it's not the foreigners.
Mm-hmm.
It's the people in Calgary.
Well, it's the foreigners too. They're coming in to Calgary, and
I was
hate
just
going.
getting
I
to
always hated going to Banff and stuff because there'd be these huge tour buses, especially you go to Yoho, and the tour buses are going places that it's really like up roads where it's dangerous for just a small vehicle to go on these roads. And then there's this giant tour bus, and it's like, okay, what do you do if you run into the tour bus? I guess you're backing up because they're not going to. They can't. So ridiculous. I hated that. And it always made me think, oh, well, how much money are they paying to come in? There's a bunch of people coming in on a tour bus, and all smiles and everything. And it's like, okay, but is it our national park or is it theirs? Because we're not getting to use it. And now even more so. Now it's like, oh, this is a national park for the wealthy, subsidized by the poor and everyone else, in this nation. But it's for the wealthy, not only in Canada, but from abroad and whatever, coming into the Calgary airport and then scooting into Banff.
You raise a point. They should actually have a surcharge for people. Maybe they do, but it should be up to for people coming, especially from off the continent.
Well, yeah, like somebody was mentioning that they went to Glacier a while ago. We talked to all sorts of hikers because James is very social, and so they were Canadian and they went to Glacier and they wanted to charge them something like $60 to get into the gate at Glacier because they weren't from the United States, and they were all annoyed, and so they just turned around and came back to Waterton. But honestly, I've been thinking, nope, that's how it should be. If you're not from, it's a national park, the people are paying to keep that national park, the people of that nation. So if you're not from that nation, you should be paying a surcharge, because the people from the nation shouldn't be paying it for you to come in and travel and see, right? So
Yeah. Otherwise, what's going to happen is Harper was bucking for this. Stephen Harper. Sorry. We beat the Americans to it, electing a populist government. That was a hostile takeover of the Progressive Conservative Party, and now it might as well be called the Regressive Conservative Party. Just like Donald Trump didn't like a hostile takeover of the Republican Party. It's become more and more Republican, like the Russian, the Latin Republic, the late Latin Republic, which ended up with folks in the dictatorship under a guy called Augustus Caesar. Get ready. Anyway, they want to privatize the parks, provincial parks here. We've got a populist government in power here in Alberta. This is what's tended to happen with the Unite the Right movements, is they've become more right-wing. You'd think they'd it even involved in one province a Liberal Party uniting with a Conservative government. But they went way out on the right wing. Totally unbalanced. More sense is it one. The word balance. Anyway. Jasper Banff Glacier. It does include Waterton, but it's not like a big name.
no, which is funny because it should be. Honestly, like if you want to see the big mountains, you go to Jasper. And if you want to somehow be gouged as a tourist and eat fudge in fancy shops and stuff, then you go to Banff. And if you actually want to do some good hiking, you go to Waterton. Waterton. It's awesome. Waterton's awesome. Like you were talking about the book further down. You were saying that they they had a listing for the best flower walks in Alberta, and James was asking me, well, which one do you think they put from Waterton?
Yeah,
and Horseshoe is a good flower walk.
That's the one they have included.
In June. So, I mean, if you're hiking in June, that's the only time to hike Horseshoe. If you want, like James and I were thinking of making a...
You can go up other trails.
Yeah.
Pretty well any time through the summer.
Yeah. But Horseshoe...
And find water and find flowers.
Yeah.
You just got to go up a bit higher.
You just have to go up higher. But Horseshoe, the thing is about it is you'll want to see it in June and you won't want to see it any other time. So to say it's a flower walk, they better have put June in there, because if you go up in July or August or September, you're going to be very disappointed in Horseshoe.
Low. It's relatively accessible. Understand when you get on it, the first slope, you've got some switchbacks and you're going up. How do I judge a slope? If I start slipping and sliding coming down it, or feeling as though I could fall from that, and then I consider that a relatively steep slope, and there's a substantial portion of that trail where the flowers are the most obvious, not necessarily the best, where I'm slipping and sliding a substantial part of on the way down.
Anyway. But
there is a trail there. It's over on the other side. It's not wide, I think. Although parts of it are very wide. It used to be a cart track back in the days when they were using carts up there. Over on the east side, hardly anyone knows about that side of Waterton, but it's called Wishbone. And when you say in June, that's better than Horseshoe.
Yep. I would
Guess
say
what,
Wishbone
folks?
is better.
It's flat.
It's flat. It's easy to hike.
You don't have to work your way
You
up.
don't have to go up. So, but for flowers, Wishbone is awesome in June. There's orchids. There's honeysuckle. The twining honeysuckle.
There's those Avons at the creek.
Oh yes, they're
Sulphur Creek.
always nice.
You don't even have to cross the creek to find them.
There's lots of flowers.
Yep.
So, and it keeps going actually. Wishbone is a lovely hike to walk earlier in the season than Horseshoe a little bit, and it's lovely after too. I even, I would like to walk it today. It's a nice walk.
And
Nice and flat, whatever.
the best that I've seen is at a little bit higher level. I think we basically agree on is the extension of Snowshoe when you get up above the warden's cabin. So you basically.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's later in the season.
And later in the season, and
Yep.
so you
You
could
get
hit
the lower
other
stuff, and then you go up. Yeah,
So
but that's very nice up there.
Well, they're both. All of those trails we mentioned are
Up to
basically pretty
Twin Lakes.
lonely. You're not going to have to mess it around
Yeah.
with people. But going between Snowshoe Warden's Cabin and Twin Lakes, it's they aren't really extensive.
And even beyond, actually, up all the way to Spruce Grouse Basin.
Well, Spruce Grouse Basin, you're going to have to work to get up there. And
Well, that's
it's
true.
A little bit dangerous.
But
not
that's
for
very nice flower
Yeah.
walk up there. But anyway, earlier, like say in June still, probably Sofa Mountain is a better flower walk actually.
Well, you're
and
figuring actually that's the
Horseshoe
best
Basin.
one, even better than. It's just you have to work a little bit.
You have to work a little bit,
but not
not too much.
not even like Horseshoe
It's-
Basin.
And it's
really.
only, you can do it in just the morning. Basically, you can come back. Maybe if you start early, then you're back at the car for
And guess what?
lunch at 1:30 or something.
You can go up to Little Falls, and that one seems to be running, from our experience, all through the summer. Some waterfalls dry, but in some years it
The
might.
Snowmelt Creek runs out after a while.
Which one is this?
Snowmill Creek up top. If you go up past the falls.
Oh, exactly right. Yeah. Or it could be running underground or something. There's a lot of rocks there.
Maybe so.
Anyway, it's comes highly recommended. It's not an official trail. Not even a non-official
It's
trail.
official trail. It's just not. They don't have a sign for it. But they will one day, and then a whole bunch of people will go to it, and it may not be the best flower walk after because too many people will go tramping it down. Like the if you ask me, like I haven't seen what they list as the best flower walks in Alberta, but we've hiked quite a few places, and I would say the best flower walks in Alberta are all in Waterton.
Now, why is that?
They're awesome.
There's a reason for it.
Yeah.
And they do point out in the book, they only have one walk from water. The reason is Waterton has 50% of all the plant species, that can be found in Alberta. It's as far south as you can get in the mountain parks. It goes right down to the border. So
More flowers. More different kinds of flowers.
because the climate is generally warmer down there, but you can work your way up to above tree line and frankly above vegetation line. So you've got a full gamut of kind of like climates put in vertical. Ordinarily you get that, if they're not mountains, it's just horizontal. There's no overlap. So they say, I've heard it's for plant species, but in here they say it's for flower. Well, every plant flowers, right? So they say it's for flowering species too. But it could be.
Well, anyway.
But here we are encouraging people to go to water, and really what we should be doing is
Saying, oh
Stay
no,
away.
you don't want to go to Waterton. Go to Banff.
That's right.
Pay $100 and then big waiting thing to go to Moraine Lake.
But most people that are, you know, that most people don't want that sort of thing. They want to huddle with other people. They want to go to a lake
Well, yeah.
and hang around and make nuisances of themselves.
I mean, somebody was saying that they've surveyed people going into the parks, and they find out that the vast majority of people visiting the national parks just stay within 1 kilometer of the parking lot. And we've seen it. When we get back to Red Rock Canyon parking lot after a hike, or when we're getting our sunblock on before and going out. Usually then there's not very many people, but after usually is when we see it. Because afterwards we're drinking lots of water and eating our picnic stuff and whatever. So after is usually when we notice it. But other people, they'll come and they'll park. They'll look at the canyon. They step to like 20 steps off of their vehicle, and they look at the canyon, they get back on, and they leave.
Well,
and it's like,
I'd almost rather those kind of folks than the people that go sloshing around in the canyon.
Well, yeah.
Making nuisances of themselves down there. Because, folks, there are animals that live down there. You can see the birds that go flying up that
Yeah,
cliff.
yeah.
And
The
I
dippers,
gather they nest kind of some of them in the
Whatever they are.
walls of the canyon and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
don't want those things displaced by a bunch of bozos from Calgary or frankly Lethbridge or
Well, there'd
wherever.
be a lot of places where the people wouldn't be going in the canyon.
I
So
know.
the birds would just go, if their nests were wrecked or whatever, they'd just go wander up.
I kind of
somewhere
like
else.
the idea of actually being able to see them in the canyon.
Well, I know, I do like to too. And that's the thing, it wrecks it for all of us. So, and yesterday the tour guide was talking for the shuttle going to Crip Lake. He was saying that, he was talking about how popular Crip Lake Trail is, because James was saying that it's rated very highly. National Geographic rated it very highly for hikes, and it's a great hike.
So that was fairly recently. I don't know when this was published. It was this millennium. Fairly recent by National Geographic. It's not a fly-by-night thing. Top 20, which is,
So not.
it's like not even top 100. Top 20, and most
Hey,
thrilling.
I don't know if the knots are ever going to come out. Hi, baby.
Were you missing us yesterday? Yeah, we were
But
up seeing.
Anyway, he was saying that it was a popular hike, and even though it was so popular, it's the cleanest trail. So
I didn't see much along the way.
people, I guess, the people who hike it, they are more leave no trace and this and that.
They're just would be
But
more
they-
educated, more
Well, they're serious hikers.
environmentally sensitive, and all this sort of stuff.
Like James and I have found, there's no bikes allowed on Crip Lake Trail, for one thing.
Awesome.
And in the hiking season, there's no horses allowed on the Crip Lake Trail. So,
Yeah, Wasp is in freaking
Wow,
trouble.
he is
He's
in trouble.
Well, he got in some vinegar. I
What
don't know if
was
he's
he
going to
thinking?
survive.
hmm,
I'll pour some water on him.
yeah, maybe. Which is funny, isn't it? The things that we do to try to save some wasp that I still haven't dealt with. Is he okay?
He seems to be doing better. Do you have a little water?
I do have some water. Did you want some for him or
Yeah,
for
for him.
yourself? Anyway,
Still
her, I
struggling.
guess. Her. Oh, gee, that's a bit much.
Yeah, it's struggling. He's struggling a whole lot less. It'd be getting burned, right?
Oh, I guess so. All right. Well, anyway, what was I talking about? The clean trail. And we have found that too with hikers. This isn't all the time, but with serious hikers, usually they're we like them more. They're people that we like talking to more and stuff like that. We can relate better with the serious hikers. And we tend to, we're the kind of people will work to get away from other people. And they're the kind of people they'll work to get away from other people. And we get to see beautiful nature that way, without.
There's too many up there.
Is he okay?
Well, it can climb.
Okay.
I think he's trying to clean his face up.
Poor guy.
I hope its eyes are making.
Yeah.
At least it can climb.
I don't know what he was thinking. I guess he was seeing a pretty red color and he was thinking, oh, that's going to be so sweet.
And he got in this deeper part of the bite.
Yeah,
She's
not
still
sweet.
trying to clean stuff up.
Vinegar dressing. Anyway, so what were you going to talk about before the wasp was?
Just this book. This is a preview.
Yeah.
This is almost a total review. I've still got a few pages left.
3 minutes.
I've still got 3 minutes. But yeah, I'm almost finished.
I don't
Got
think James
15
talked about
pages left.
there.
Well, not today. Maybe I'll talk about that. And then I'll finish this thing. I've been doing really
Okay.
good. Peter, Paul, and Mary. I always kind of felt sorry for them. They, one of the big hits back in the mid '60s was "I dig rock and roll music," and they were saying, "We really dig rock and roll music." No, I dig rock and roll music if the words don't get in the way. And they were saying that wasn't a put down of rock and roll. I listen to the words, folks. You can't fool me. Yeah. I kind of dig folk music when the words don't get in the way.
Yeah, when it's not political crap.
Yeah, like and really crap. You're like, if you're going to do politics, give me a little bit of analysis. Show me you aren't doing the equivalent of cheerleading chants. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. Where have all the flowers gone? That one's a little bit more indirect. Well, the Byrds should have known better. They cover a Bob Dylan tune, and then who do they go to next? Bob Seger. Turn, turn, turn. For everything there is a season. It's taken from the Bible. And the big trouble is, the big clinching line is a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. The Bible would have something like a time for peace, a time for war. There's a time for war. That's not a big peace anthem, even though some people consider it pretty much whatever. So whatever happened to them? Wasp. Well, I kind of hope it makes it. It's learned its lesson. Stays away from people food. There's plenty of other type of food. Together they generally go after bugs. So. Anyway, hugely political and largely in the worst possible kind of way. Not much explain. At least the political stuff. The best thing that I've ever heard from is Pete Puff the Magic Dragon. Carry it on, a musical legacy. Don't carry it on. Cut out the stupid stuff. How much time a minute?